Our monthly power rankings are back. We do them every month. This is the third, right? Third or fourth? Third tier list this season? Fourth, man. I am losing track of time. This 2025 MLS regular season is flying by. We are in the middle of rivalry week. So had more than a few big matches at the midweek. We'll talk about those today as we kind of rank all of these teams. And we'll also kind of preview and predict matches for the upcoming weekend slate of matches at the very end of this thing. And guys, as usual, man, I'm joined by a great group of co-hosts. You see them on your screen. We got Hector from Insert Name FC, John from Loud and Proud Orlando, our other John Rivera, and then we have, of course, Hitman Honda showing up, unlike his team, week after week. I like to see it, bro. I like to see it. We're all back here again to rank every one of the 30 franchises in Major League Soccer based on current form, based how they're currently performing. And man, there's been some shifts from the last monthly power rankings. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go back, pause this video, go back, watch the other one, and then you'll have more context for how we're going to rank everybody here today. Now, just to get things kicked off here, let's make sure we all got a good sense of what this tier list is actually going to look like, guys. All right? The tiers are different. We like to have a little more fun on the show with these. So we've actually rewritten how all of these work from top to bottom. So how it's going to work at the very top, suck it losers, pretty straightforward there. Playoff merch ready. I like that one. The one in the middle. Pretty mid. At least we're not the Galaxy. Word to Honda. And why do we even play?
You see that Galaxy right there? Just put them there already.
Coming off that crazy result.
And that's the episode.
That's the episode. That's it. We're not doing anything else.
We jump straight to L.
We're going to have a lot of fun, guys. We're going to have a lot of fun, man. If you do appreciate these types of videos, again, let us know in the comments down below. We appreciate all the feedback you guys give us. We want to make these videos better for you over time. Can't do it without that feedback. All right. Let's jump right in. Let's not waste any more time. We're going to go alphabetical order here and hopefully get through some of the ones that are pretty straightforward a little more quickly. All right. So Atlanta United, how are we feeling, man? They came back late, drew against Austin in the midweek away at the Q2. But at the same time, I don't think it patches up a lot of the crazy shit that's going down over there as far as cultural problems, dialect not figuring it out. Are they kind of in the at least we're not the Galaxy territory?
At least they're not the Galaxy.
I think so.
They're literally right there.
He's like, I won't hear anything above that. They are right there, bro.
I think so. I think that they I think we said it at the beginning of the year. Now I was interested to see how their attack would develop. I don't think their attack has developed at all. I think we look at this Atlanta team like wishing that we could see a little bit more, but this is not enough. And they're not mid for any standard, and they're not bad either. They're just below.
Yeah, they're getting there.
They're getting where though?
They're on their way.
Where are they?
Yeah. No, bro. I think they're kind of like
I think they're getting
down.
worse.
Yeah, I think they're getting worse. I don't know, man. Like Atlanta right now, they're treading on like Toronto FC territory. You know what I mean? Like it's kind of crazy. This is just not what I expected, like whatsoever.
And very similar to Toronto because of the names. You got names all over there, and so they should on paper be better than what they're performing. But yeah, I wouldn't be shocked if things keep going the way they're going. That they're going to be on that bottom tier at some point.
Yeah, bro, 100%. They still have only 2 wins on the season, guys. 2 wins.
Who are those 2 wins against?
I could not even tell you. I'll have to go back and look at it.
Montreal from opening day.
Oh yeah, opening day. And then,
man, they probably thought it was gonna be such a good season. You get Montreal, little confidence booster, and then reality just slams your shit. It's crazy.
They should have been.
No, are you sure they won?
I'm pretty sure they won 2. Like I have to go back and look at it. I don't have the stats pulled up, but I looked at it before, and I'm pretty sure
they beat
2
NYCFC.
That's who it was.
4-3. Yeah.
Shout out Davi, who didn't want to be here strategically. By the way,
that's right.
He didn't want to be here strategically. That is,
bro. We all saw, and what's coming up. I don't think he wants to jinx the Hudson River Derby coming up, and so like the mix of all of that, he'll probably be back next week. When he is, depending on what happens there might be some reactions that he might have to hold. All right, let's move on, man. This is pretty straightforward. Austin FC. This was interesting.
Why
like,
do we even
perfectly
play?
mid? Just like,
they're just like
bro. And what's crazy is that like they had the lead, they weren't creating many chances against Atlanta, and somehow still coughed up a stoppage time equalizer at home. And John said it, bro. Like it's not sustainable to like try to ride 1-0 wins all the way throughout the rest of the season.
You can only hold that up for so much. And like I said, that attack is just so weird. There's no one to link everything together. It just feels very flat. Feels very defensive.
Obviously, we're not taking Open Cup into account or anything, but how overwhelming was that against El Paso Locomotive?
Bro, they almost got dunked on. Like this close, right? And like if one of those opportunities that El Paso missed out on, I remember watching the second half of that game. And I was thinking to myself, like all Austin needs is a goal, and like the experience they have as an MLS side will take them over, and that is what happened. But it's just like when El Paso couldn't convert some of those opportunities, I guarantee you their fan base, Austin's fan base, was freaking out, being down 2-0 in the Open Cup with legitimate starters out there. Yeah, man, I don't know. I'm not throwing shade at USL sides. I'm really not. Like I love USL. But it's just like Austin, and then the expectations of how much money they've spent, bro. And to top it off, I don't think I saw the news. I'm sure Better Than Faithful were pissed, but the idea that like De Bruyne checked out Austin and they have no DP spots, no salary available, so he had to kind of move on from it. And I'm like, bro, imagine you dropped all this cash on Bugatti, on Vasquez, on Uzuni, and like you can't afford Kevin De Bruyne, and these guys just aren't producing for you. It's wild.
And he would be the perfect guy to link everything up.
Facts, bro. Facts. I would hate for De Bruyne as a Dallas fan to go to Austin, but yeah, he would be
the missing 10.
Yeah, 100%.
It sucks. Not everyone can have him, you know. Not everyone can have him. Not everyone has the ability, you know. Like some clubs out here, you know.
You know, if you guys let go of Guti, by the way, if he ends up getting sold,
yeah, it'll happen for sure.
Yeah, because he's too good. He's too good. I agree.
Yeah, we'll touch on it when we get to it.
Yeah, but that'll be crazy. All right, man. Montreal, and you gotta say shit, bro.
Why do we even play?
Yeah, I don't even know. I have no idea why they play. I could not give you a great reason for how. Do
you guys remember when you guys were on that Montreal hype train? That Montreal,
bro. Everybody was on it last season. Everybody, bro. You had a Montreal jersey in the checkout, legitimately in the checkout, bro. In the cart, ready to check out.
If it wasn't for the wind
saved your ass, bro. Like legitimately.
Hey, sometimes you just need a little bit of luck. Fortunately, Montreal's just not
a little bit of luck. You need a little bit of wind.
That's a lot of luck.
No, but Montreal's just I don't know. They're lost. They're just lost.
I'm telling you, man. Courtois got fired too early. He got fired too early.
You think he would have done something to fix this though?
I don't know what he could have actually done.
It wouldn't be any better. I mean,
any worse, right? Like, there's no way it gets worse than this. There's just no way it gets worse than this. I refuse to believe that. So,
Montreal might just be saying, "Hey, hold my beer."
I just wonder though, because like Montreal kind of been in this position for a couple of years now. I feel like, I mean, they did obviously they started off well last year, but apart from that, they've been in the same spot for a couple of years now. Just to kind of spotlight them a little bit, how do they get going? How do they fix this situation that they're kind of in?
I don't know.
Spend some money.
It just seems like there's just no other way, you know, for them to really.
They're trying to do it on nothing, bro. Like I'm all for like budget buys, but they don't spend any money. I mean, they got Veroni as the DP, like.
Yeah,
hello?
And we
like,
all saw how shitty he was in New England. Let's be real.
For nothing, like that's why I feel bad for. I agree. Like Courtois, at least he was making them half decent. Like they don't have anything, so it's just all bad for Montreal fans.
Yeah, especially with the start they had last year on the road. Like, there was potential. You could see it under Courtois. Like, he had them set up in a way that made them halfway decent. And if you were to give him a few more reinforcements, especially offensively, because defensively, they're about average, right? They've let in just as many goals as like the majority of the teams in the Eastern Conference. It's more about like if they get scored on, they can't do anything about it. And that has to change, bro. That just has to change. Especially coming off the back of a season where you made the wild card. Like, they've fallen so far from that. It's crazy. But anyway, we do have a couple Montreal faithful in the comments from time to time. Let us know how you feel, man. Let us know how you feel. I'm sure it feels pretty bad right now. All right, Charlotte.
I think the playoff merch is ready.
Yeah. It's hard for me to put them up here. It's actually kind of weird, man. Like John Rollins, you guys just played them, right? Do you not feel like this team is like they're good, but they're not hitting their ceiling?
So they have the same problem as Atlanta, but just not as bad. It's like the same disease, but they're like not as dying from it as Atlanta are, right? It's like you have spend this money, you've got all these players, but you're just not using them in the right way. I was shocked by how bad Charlotte were against us. I think that their attack is not clicking. The defense has got holes in it where last year they were so solid defensively. Like Kalina and that back line barely let any goals in. Now they're letting goals in. The attack is not as good. I think they have started well, but it's starting to slip. And if they don't turn it around, they might not be in the playoffs very soon because the East is like that. Like you can drop off.
We gotta drop them down.
You will fall off soon. I mean, they are still. I think will make the playoffs.
I don't know if they're
right now. They're dropping down.
So maybe they're at the bottom of this
yes,
tier when
I would put them bottom of.
I think when because I feel like they have too. It sounds kind of dumb, but they have too many good players for them to just not be in this category. Just because we've seen what they can do.
There's some teams that also have some good players.
Yeah, I get it. I get it. That's what I'm saying. It sounds a little dumb, but I'm trying to give Charlotte a little bit more credit here because I feel like they have shown like
they did
flashes.
Start very well.
They show flashes of like being a good team. It's just can they consistently hold that up for the rest of the season? I think that's the bigger question than them more or less than them being good. You know, I feel like they are good. We just need to see consistency. That's the difference.
Yeah.
Look, I'm just saying this team hasn't gotten a positive result since April 19th.
Yeah. Damn. It's been about a month.
I'm just saying, we had them pretty highly last time, I think. And
that's what I'm saying. Back into this category.
I see a dip. This is a dip.
Yeah, I see a dip too.
So
you guys can rank it how you guys want. I'm not going to argue. It's Charlotte. I don't give a fuck. But like,
I think you kind of do because you got them for Heineken rivalry week.
Ooh,
how is that even a rival?
Why are we shouting out Heineken, bro? They didn't spend any money here. What the hell?
I just miss calling it Heineken rivalry week.
Yeah, fair enough.
No, but I don't understand how that's a rivalry for us. It's not like
Yeah.
I
don't mind for the hot take putting them down here, and I will. John, I agree with you, man. I think it's like they should be good. I want to give the benefit of the doubt because of where they were last season, the pieces they used to reinforce the team. But it's like they're supposed to be better, bro. I remember battling everyone on the timeline, trying to convince everyone that Vancouver was a better team in MLS than Charlotte, and here we fucking are. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I think they'll pick it up, but as of right now, they're perfectly mid. They probably are going to make playoffs, but who knows if it's somewhere in the top 5 or top 6. Like right now, it's still kind of in the air. So we'll find out. Chicago, John Rivera, talk to me, man. Really?
There's just no consistency.
Yeah.
There's no consistency. We're better than at least not the Galaxy. All those teams in that category are kind of we see flashes.
You guys like right here.
I don't care where you guys put us in that category, but it's in within that because we've seen the thing is that I think this category is just going to be a lot of teams with flashes. You know, they show potential. They show the ability to come out. You know, we talk about a lot of different things with this team. I mean, some of them is just more or less like there's mistakes in the back. There's a lot of inconsistencies. Things just need to be like tied together, and I feel like I've been saying that for like the past 3 years. Things need to get tied together. They're just not, and it just feels like it's the same thing over and over again. We're like, and this is the thing that sucks about being a Fire fan. They give you hope, and then they just let you down. So let's cool it down a little bit. Everyone's talking about. I saw you guys post about Guti potentially going to Europe. I'm not exactly mad about it because I always want the players from our club to like succeed outside of Europe, and I want them to do well. I want them to get out of here anyway in the first place. If you can go out and succeed and make a name for yourself, be a better player, by all means. I think we can live without that. I think also though, to say that if we're gonna let him go, bring in De Bruyne, I think that ties everything a little bit nicer, you know. But we'll see what that goes.
You imagine De Bruyne finding Kuipers in the box or finding Bamba on the backside. Like it'd actually be crazy. But at the same time, I'm also like, it's kind of funny. Like imagine De Bruyne taking taking orders from Berhalter. That should just be wild. To me. Imagine going from Pep to Berhalter. That'd be fucking crazy.
Remember all the rumors about Neymar coming to Chicago?
Bro, exactly. That still blows my mind.
I'm we tried to make it happen though. We made contact. The thing is, at that time Neymar wasn't interested. De Bruyne actually kind of is.
Yeah.
So there's a difference to that.
Yeah.
So we'll see what kind of happens with that Liverpool contract that he got offered. I don't know if he'll kind of do City dirty in that way. I mean, he might just because he didn't get offered the contract from City, but we'll see what happens with it.
Yeah,
it's more of a weight thing. But anyway, we can't be held up by a player. I think there's definitely holes in this team that we need to fill by the summer window. And I think if we're able to do those, then we could probably be pushing, towards playoff spots. But everything's kind of close right now in between these last spots here. We got Charlotte with 19, and I think in between that it goes 19 and then 18, 18, 17, and then it's us at 16 points. So it's all within the realms of we're all kind of in the mix. It's just kind of where we're all kind of sitting. So there's going to be a lot of teams that are that way. But, I mean, I feel like the East towards the back end is going to be kind of a dogfight to see who kind of –
It's still super close. Yeah. Like I said, a win moves you guys 2 spots automatically, 3 spots automatically. So it's just one of those – it's still the time of the season where the big shifts are going to happen just depending on who starts picking up form a little bit quicker.
But like I said, it's a big thing of consistency in this category. I feel like, and that's what's going to define a lot of this is can these teams be consistent? Now, most of them will end up being a little bit more solid. They'll give you a week when they'll show up, and they might be a Inter Miami, something like that. But in terms of the flash, you just need more consistency. I feel like so.
I agree.
That's where
I agree. Well, I think anything more needs to be said for Chicago. I think all that's pretty spot on. We'll move on to Colorado. And I think we're kind of in the same category, guys. Anybody disagree with this?
Same thing. Literally the same results.
I think it's literally copy paste.
Yeah.
For Colorado.
Yeah, 100%, bro. It's weird, man, because Colorado has such a high ceiling as a team. They really do. If you think about the players they have, some of them now having more chemistry than last season when they brought in all of those players, Nottingham Forest style. And I don't know, man, have a couple ballers like Mihalovic who can step up and try to carry this side. It just doesn't happen. They drop games to teams they shouldn't, right? The DC. And granted, the San Diego loss was it's a good team. It is what it is. But it's just only gotten a win in almost a month and a half, and they're all close games, but they just can't get them. They can't get out of their own way sometimes. I don't know. It's really weird. It feels like Austin a little bit.
Mm-hmm. I feel like they just have those flashes. It's literally flashes of greatness some weeks, and they can just shit the bed against a really bad team in the league. You don't really know what you get from them, and they have the pieces to do it. It's not really clicking at the moment.
Yeah, even Houston, man, they gave a really, really hard fought game, and it's just I'm waiting for Colorado to kind of jump in and figure it out. There's not really an excuse for Armas at this point anymore. This is not your first season, bro, and you're not new to MLS by any stretch of the imagination. So just got to figure this shit out. Colorado can be a good team. They can be a top 4 team in the West. They aren't, plain and simple. All right, man. Columbus, despite the draw to Montreal, which was pretty surprising, I'll be honest. I think obviously minimum they're here, but I feel like it doesn't really matter. It's a one-off result on the road to me, and they're still one of the best teams in the entire league.
Which is going to happen in MLS. You're going to have that weird loss. I don't know what happened there.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, I don't think it really changes how we feel about Columbus. They're still a top dog. And, again, crew fans, we're going to pass right by this one, but this is the biggest compliment that we can give you because there's no more glazing we can provide at this point. One of the most complete teams in the entire league, and you guys will be right up there when the regular season is all said and done. So we'll move on. DC United.
At least they're not the Galaxy.
Why? No. Why do we even play? Why do we even play? Yeah. And I'm gonna tell you why.
They got more wins than Atlanta.
They might have more wins than Atlanta, but I'm gonna tell you this. At least Atlanta have some sort of semblance of hope in that team because they could.
What semblance of hope if you're playing with those type of players and you're
still DC have though? Who does DC have?
Benteke.
Other than Benteke, who does DC have? We're naming one player.
That's the thing. Benteke is doing more than that whole Atlanta team.
Yeah.
We're talking right now.
But when Atlanta get it together, they won't be here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, fair. Okay, so here's my thing. I kind of agree with Honda. So either we move Atlanta down
Yeah. I agree
Or
with that.
or we move DC up. And 'cause, like, at the end of the day, bro, there is still a gap between Montreal and these teams.
That is fair. That is
Like
fair.
that to me, I'm like looking at them like they're not on the same level, bro. Montreal is trash.
I
At
only
least
see
DC
2
can win
teams
games
down there, and another one's coming up.
yeah, fair enough. I
DC
just
have conceded the most in the East. Like they have the worst goal difference in the East. Like defensively,
got
they're
no
the
defense.
worst
They have
team
no
in the
defense.
East.
yeah.
And
Every
Benteke is
single-
not performing, so it's gonna get worse.
Every
Yeah.
single time I see DC come on, it's like, how many goals are they going to concede?
I'll give you this.
Yeah,
I'll give
I
you
I
this.
think that's
I
right.
think despite them
that.
being ahead of Atlanta, like if you were to put them in a game against one another on a one-off basis, I expect Atlanta to win. Like they have more firepower, they have better players. They're just not performing right now for whatever
I
reason.
just don't.
You'd
I just
expect, but who knows with MLS?
Yeah.
I just
But
don't see
DC's
it
just a
with
bad
DC.
team. You know what I mean? Like
And you would hope more from a DC team. You know, like they
Yeah.
one of the main pillars of MLS.
Hope
you know,
more from DC.
No, I mean you would hope that they do better. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if we're talking about hope in Atlanta, you're saying Atlanta United. I mean, they brought back something to keep the fan base going by bringing back Miggy.
Yeah, Miggy ain't done shit though.
and- But I'm saying, if you want to use hope, there's the hope right there.
right now for DC, Benteke is backpacking the shit out of that hope. You know what I mean? Like it's just him. There ain't nobody else doing it. So yeah, it's tough, bro. Honestly, he needs to get out of there. He just needs to get the fuck out of there. Like I don't know how. I don't know how you finagle it. I don't know what you can do, but
He go to Belgium. I'm sure he'll do. I'm sure he'll
bro
do
never
good in
wants to
Belgium.
be in the same room with Wayne Rooney ever.
yeah, facts, bro. Facts.
Lie to
Absolutely.
him. Lie to him.
Well, DC fans, sorry, man. Didn't mean to dunk on you guys too hard, but I mean, I'm sure you agree. It's tough. It's tough, bro. All right, we'll move on to Cincinnati. By the way,
Suck it,
the hell
dude.
is real derby coming up this weekend.
Suck
They're
it,
up
loser.
there and suck it.
They're ahead.
You
Move
think
one
so?
over.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah.
I'll take that. I mean,
They're ahead. They're ahead.
I think they have more playmakers for sure. They have more playmakers than Columbus, I think, like individuals. Now, collectively as a unit, we'll see on Saturday like how that looks and who's the better team. But yeah, I think Cincy just has more X factor to them with who they've acquired in recent seasons. So yeah, I'm fine with that. So let me ask you guys this before we move on. Has Evander shut me up at all
Nope,
since I
not
last
yet.
talked about him?
Not yet.
No, that was only been a week.
I'm just saying, bro. Like literally, I think in the comments in the last video, like you spoke too soon, jinxed the whole damn thing. I'm like, I don't know, bro. I feel like
I
she
think
got a
he's
goal.
doing what he's supposed to be doing, if that makes
Yeah.
any sense.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying Evander is trash. I'm saying I have yet to see the MVP. I actually agree with John Rollins and like Ojeda deserves more of like an MVP shout than Evander potentially, right? Like because this is what Evander is supposed to be doing, bro. He's like, I don't know. It's hard to kind of explain. I think you
No,
look at him-
it's like that one person that wants attention for, hey, I pay my bills. It's like, yeah, you're supposed to do that.
You're supposed to be an adult and get your shit done. Yeah.
Yeah, like yeah.
But what is
I feed my kids. Like, oh
But
yeah.
what has
I hope you
Lucho
are.
done in Dallas though?
Fair, but Lucho's fucking 31 years old, bro. Like,
No, I know.
prime of his career.
I'm just saying this is what people been saying.
Oh yeah. And bro, for that
You're
dude who
supposed to get
mentioned
the
that,
ball
I'm
to
like, bro,
Denki.
if you're comparing Evander to this version of Lucho, you've already lost the plot. You've already lost it. Like Evander is supposed to be the best in the league. You should not be comparing him to the MVP of 2-3 years ago, whatever that was. Like, Lucho's been there and done it, bro. He's entering the latter stages of his career. Like Evander, this is his prime. He needs to take this league over, and I'm waiting for that to happen. I almost wonder what Cincinnati would look like without Denki, as opposed to the impact Evander makes. But that's just me. He'll probably prove me wrong, as most players tend to do. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But either way, man, Cincy is like I think cruising right now at the top of the league to an extent. So they deserve it. They deserve it. Speaking of Dallas, bruh.
4-4-4. That's all I gotta say.
Perfectly mid. Perfectly fucking mid.
Same as Chicago, copy paste.
The most mid team right now. You know what I mean? Like that's just where Dallas is, bro. Like if we beat Houston this weekend, we'll like be in a playoff spot, and that's cool. But like we all know we're not
you
going
are in a
back.
playoff
We're
spot.
in a
You're in a
playoff.
play-in spot.
Wild card. I mean,
You got such a
depends
nice
how you-
even record: 4-4-4, 4 wins,
I just-
4
I just-
draws,
I
4
just-
losses.
What I'm interested to hear is how does this get better?
Well, keep in mind, right? Musa hasn't played the last few games because of injury. So one is just getting Musa consistent playing time. Like that's how you get it better. But here's the thing. I think Dallas does have a Lucho problem. What I mean by that is he still, you can tell, bro, there's not a lot of chemistry. Like him and Musa have decent chemistry, but he doesn't have chemistry with really anybody else. So many missed passes between him and Farrington, him and Sabaling. He's in the wrong spots when they're pressing up front and trying to create pressure sometimes. It feels like he's kind of doing his own thing, and it causes a disruption in chemistry with other players around him. And so he'll have his moments and his goals, and like we'll be, Dallas fans will be shouting Lucho from the mountaintops, but like he sometimes creates problems. And I don't know if that's ever going to stop this season. Like maybe they need a full season to get more chemistry together. But sometimes, bro, you got a player who's clearing above everybody else skill wise, and like they just think they know better, maybe, and kind of just they wind up doing their own thing sometimes. And bro, when you're a team like Dallas, who is like a work ethic team, and everybody has to be pressing together and on the same page, bro, you guys know as well as I do, right? Like if there's one chink in that armor, it fucks everything up. So I'm not blaming Lucho Acosta. I love that he's here. But when I watch this team play with him, there's just something off. And I can't quite put my finger on it. Him and Musa work together well, but I need that to happen with everybody. And it's just not there yet. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. I still think we can turn it around. I think we can make playoffs. But I think right now, even if we do, bro, we're not going past the first round. So I'm like, just like a mid-team, mid-season probably. So I think this is accurate. That kind of like the bottom side of this category.
All right,
Agree?
take it.
Yeah.
All right, but we are playing Houston in the second iteration of the Texas Derby this weekend. Hector will be in Frisco, my man. It's gonna be up here. It's gonna be good, lines. Man. Behind enemy lines. I'm gonna treat him to a good time. It's gonna be fun. But at the same time, rolling up with a Houston fan should be interesting. We'll see what happens. And some content to come from that, guys. So stay tuned. Houston.
Why did you even play?
A big win, bro. Big win. What'd you say?
Why did you even play?
No,
At least we're not the Galaxy.
At least they're not the Galaxy.
At least they're not the Galaxy. I was saying that they're at the top.
Unless you're that one guy that commented that he just wanted me to know that the Dynamo did not win against the Galaxy. That also.
Oh yeah, bro, I love that.
It also did not win against the Galaxy, who also does not have a win. I was like, "What the fuck am I reading?"
He had to let you know, bro. He had to let you know. I thought it was good.
You know when you find like 5 more words into your essay.
Yeah, because you need to complete the words.
Yeah, you need to hit the word count. Bro, I think Houston has like subtly, very, very subtly turned things around from the first month of the season. Like it's been slow, don't get me wrong, but like, bro, the win against Minnesota surprised the shit out of me. Did not see it coming. Like
honestly, some of the wins have been surprising.
Crazy,
from
man.
Who they beaten.
Even like the draws too, like against Columbus. Did you guys draw the Crew?
Yeah, drew against the Crew.
On the road?
On the road.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Houston's a weird team, bro. Let's just say it.
They are weird. And it's just I mean, the 2 guys that scored against Minnesota were defenders making their debut. So I mean
crazy, man. Maybe Benny's figured it out, That's the path. We gotta find a way to get our defenders to score. That's how we do it.
Serious. Stay up top.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Yeah, at least we're on the Galaxy. It makes sense to me. I think they have a lot of potential though to move up into this kind of territory, right? To kind of middle of the pack.
I think the big question is gonna be when we see Quiones and Enali back on the wings.
Ooh, if Quinones, I forgot about that, dude. A lot of pace there. A lot of pace. Remember how I tore his knee? Oh, dude, that was crazy. I remember watching that game. That was disgusting. But he's back, man. He'll be back soon enough. Yeah, I think this is spot on. The only part that's tripping me up is, didn't you guys beat Colorado? Or am I making that up?
No, we beat Minnesota. We drew against Colorado.
You drew against Colorado. You beat Austin.
You beat Austin.
You beat Austin. Bro, low key, man. We got to move this shit down, bro. You know what I mean? Anyway,
I think honestly, I'm not against the idea of putting Austin a little bit more back on.
You know what?
They're gonna call me a hater, bro.
No, Hernan could call me a hater. Put him down. Put him down.
Why do we even play?
Right there.
I'll put him ahead of Dallas because They are ahead of us. We haven't played them yet. So we'll see how that goes. But I agree. I think Colorado's got more potential than Austin at the end of the day. And I feel like despite all the bad form for Colorado, they started off better. So I'm giving them more benefit of the doubt. Austin has been mid as fuck the whole way through. Like
they've been mid for like 2 years, bro. They've been mid since I've been watching this league, bro.
Shout out the vet of the faithful, man. Let us know what you think about that. Bro, the biggest shift in this tier list is right here. Potentially.
Can we go with
I think so. Like, Miami has actually been knocked the fuck off their perch. Like it's been crazy.
Of course, the Messi hater.
No, I don't like that. Hold on. I want to make my case here. It's not that.
John, he ain't referring to you, boy. He's referring to other.
But he is a Messi hater, though. Let's be real.
I've been hating on this team since the day that man stepped foot into the league. All right. Let me tell you why it's in the A. Because how much more inconsistent can you get than you're over here arguing with the refs? You're over here crying over fouls. You get some BS like you be telling that you're complaining to the ref, not even a foul. They give him a yellow card for no reason.
Become a madrista?
Bro,
oh my God! Stop, guys. We cannot have this conversation, bro. We're gonna piss everybody off. It's insane. We can't have this conversation.
You either die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become
I think that's what he's becoming. Because low key, how many times are we going to the ref and asking for players to get yellow cards? Like, what's
it is
going
sacrilegious to say that he's becoming a madridista. Like we're gonna burn in football hell, bro. You can't say that. This man is like literally the embodiment of Barcelona.
Just wait till Messi rocks the white kid, bro.
Oh my God.
No, but come on. I don't think we're that off. I mean, look at their recent form. Their drop off is insane. They drew.
Look, man, FC Dallas broke them.
Hold on. This is their last couple games, all right? I'm going to include CCC in here because, I mean, it has to be noted. They lost to Vancouver in the CCC. First time. Then they draw to San Jose. They lose to Minnesota, 4-1, by the way, which is an insane result for Minnesota. They also lost to Dallas in that route, too. You know? You look at the teams, all these teams, you would think that they would easily steamroll them, and they didn't. So I don't know really where to rank them right now because –
Didn't they choke?
Yeah, they're playoff ready.
Didn't they choke against FC Dallas?
Yeah, they were up 3-1, and we scored 3 straight goals on the road in Miami to win that fucking game. That was crazy to me, bro. I honestly could not believe it. Granted, I will say as a Dallas fan, it's a one-off. Let's not beat around the bush. It's not going to happen again. But
but if you're Miami,
how'd you let that happen, right?
That's
a crazy bottle job. Like that's a crazy bottle job.
Low key, I think all the teams around the league are just sick of the Miami hype and are just sick of the hate. So every time they play them, it's like they play them like with more passion. There's more. They're like they care more. You know.
Yeah.
And
I will say Dallas looked cleaner in the second half of that game than I've seen them all fucking season. I was like, bro, where is this every game? Like, we tried to play against Miami and Messi for this to come out, bro. Like, show me this every game.
I agree where you put them playoff merch ready because let's be honest, they're gonna find a way.
Yeah.
Oh, we know. I just think for this month though, they've been We're talking about this month.
John just wants them to be like, bro, just knock them down a bit.
John, if we're going based on this month specifically, you should definitely be going down. No, Chicago's down.
Hey, I'm cool with that. If that means Miami's down,
okay.
What a trade!
Hey, listen, that's a little barter I'm open to. That's a little barter I'm open to. I'm not opposed to it. You know,
Galaxy's not even on this list at this point.
Galaxy's not to the surface.
We have to create a whole new tier.
Just stays in the.
I don't. Man,
Galaxy just stays in the queue.
Exactly.
Yeah,
because.
They're still top 5 in the East, though, at the end of the day. Now, they dropped from, like, second or first. Don't get me wrong. Like, this last month or 5 weeks has been bad.
Are we ranking this off expectation?
MLS games,
or are
they
we
conceded 12 goals.
That's insane.
I think a weird combination of both. I don't know. I think we're mad and consistent when it comes to these tiers.
Are we ranking this from expectations, or are we ranking this for results? If we're going by results...
I mean, they're still top 5, so results would still put them in playoff.
Results way slightly more.
Let's go.
But like the end of this, so like they'll move along.
Teams that they beat. Let's look at the teams that they beat this month. All right.
Well, not just this month.
They beat Okay,
Who they beat?
they beat Red Bulls, best defense in the league. Okay.
They got that.
They
best
did beat the
defense,
Crew,
man.
bro. They did beat the Crew.
1-0.
In Cleveland, Ohio.
But it's still,
very tough
Sounds
place.
like 1-0.
Very tough place to play.
It's a good team, bro.
No, this is another point. They drew to They drew to Toronto.
They drew to Miami.
They drew to Chicago. Just putting that out there.
But
They
that's
drew to
bro.
Chicago,
But first off, you're
and
shit
they
talking to your own
drew to
team now.
Toronto.
Now we're approaching that
Yeah,
territory.
man, come on, bro.
No, they drew to
How
Toronto.
embarrassing is it to draw to Chicago?
They drew to Toronto. They drew to Toronto.
Yeah, that's true. That's the one result that I'll give to you. But like, okay, so for that, I would like move other teams maybe ahead of him in this. But like, it's hard to move him off this. That's the only thing I'm saying. Like,
They lost to Minnesota. 4-1.
I think they're. So how about this? Do you think Miami is better? Man, it's tough because Dallas did beat them, but I still think that they're like. I think they are better than each of these teams. Like at the end of the day.
But they drew to that team in the middle with a C. They lost to Dallas. I mean,
fuck. That's man, this is tough. This is tough.
And they drew to San Jose. Y'all.
Fuck it. I'm in, bro.
point.
I'm in.
Come on. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
I'm in. We'll lock it in. They'll be the top of that category.
Bro,
I'm down.
First being made.
Start the messy hate here right now.
Oh man, people are gonna stop this video right now and go straight to the comments.
But I am gonna take John Rivera up on that deal. We're gonna handshake it, brother.
Yeah.
You guys are gonna go right here. All
Yeah.
So there we go.
Top of that list.
Yeah. But there it is. We're good. I think this is fair. Okay, we got to get somebody in this category though at some point.
We're getting there.
But it's not going to be. It's not going to be the Galaxy.
No explanation needed.
Ahead of Montreal.
What are you doing,
bro? Hold on. Have y'all played Montreal? Y'all don't play Montreal this season, right?
I don't think so.
I think if y'all were to play, y'all would beat them.
Like
I'm like 75 to 80%
City.
confident you guys
They had
would
no
win.
shot at-
One team has won a game and the other is not.
True, but I'm
That
saying,
is
like, I
that is
think
the
one
end of the
team still
conversation. They should be sorry, Honda, but they are the bottom.
I'm
of the
agreeing
bottom
with you.
of the bottom.
Did Montreal have a 2-goal lead?
That's true. All right, fair enough.
Did Montreal lose a game without even
Honda, honestly, bro,
shooting on target? No,
I don't even know how you do it, man. These last 3 weeks that hadn't been felt. It just felt like hell. But at the same time, all I would do if I were you is I would have a screenshot of Galaxy players lifting MLS Cup last season on my phone and just look at that constantly, bro. I really would. Like, it would have to get you through these dark times. There's no other way.
There's been worse dark times for Honda. This ain't even nothing.
Bro, he's coming off MLS Cup win. Like, honestly, bro, this is Dallas. I'd be like, fuck it, I'll take the whole season if it legitimately means.
If you're talking sports as a whole, no, this is one of the darkest times. This is definitely one of the darkest.
I feel for you this year, but also I don't have any MLS Cups, and you have like 5, so
6.
You at least celebrate, right? You see all the supporters here. We haven't celebrated one in a while.
No, right? I don't have one.
Some of us haven't even had one. So
yeah, I honestly, bro, like it's hard to feel back because I don't have any of that.
Yeah,
so.
But also 7-0 is pretty rough. So ouch.
So we were talking about this before the show. Like, do you guys? Which one's worse? Do you think it's worse to lose 7-0? To lose with no shots on target against you, or to bottle a 2-0?
No shots on target against you, bro. Like, come on. How do you like think about it? In the world of footy. How are you losing that?
I made the case that it's worse to bottle a 2-0 lead because you had the highs of like, bro, we're finally gonna win a fucking game against a good team, and then they slammed your shit. Like, it's just like one of those like bro, you went through the entire roller
but it's Philly in their home. It's Philly in their home. So I'm not like
I get what Honda's saying though, because like the team did not record a single shot on goal,
and they somehow still won the game.
And the funny thing is, it's the shitty ass Sporting Kansas City, bro.
That's like getting 8th place when there's only 3 participants.
Man, that's crazy. That's a wild analogy. Yeah, that's crazy. But I mean, look, bro, I still think it's coming this weekend. I've been saying
we said that last weekend,
bro. I've been saying
no. He's been saying LAFC
for weeks, and so I even said in the group chat, I was like, part of me was like, just to keep my bet going, I was like, Honda, I'm sorry, bro, but part of me hopes that you guys draw or something against Philly, and ended up backfiring. But I think like with this game, bro, I think it happens. I think rivalries do this. They find a way to rally the team irrespective of form. and enable you guys to do
Tech
something
and
special.
Pixel are bad, to be honest. So
Here's the question: is this the Galaxy turnaround week, where they just go, they get the win, and they just take it from here?
I don't know about turnaround, but just like
A one-off
thank God.
result is what I'm banking on. A one-off result is what I'm
Thank
banking on.
God we got a win.
Yeah. And you can hold that over your rivals. Be like, bro, literally everybody has beaten us except y'all. Trash.
You're like the worst flex in the world.
I know.
That's the worst flex,
bro.
You couldn't beat us this year.
But I would still be petty. I would still be petty, bro. 100%.
I could see Jose on the timeline doing that.
Yeah, I would be petty as shit, bro. I'd be so toxic.
Everybody beat us. Why couldn't y'all?
Yeah, y'all couldn't. Trash. All right. That's exactly how I'd be. Speaking of LAFC, are we like?
Yeah, they're
They're the same thing as Inter Miami, bro. Like,
They're gonna
No, they're not. No, they're not.
They are. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
the way they play, like, okay, I can't talk
Maybe
shit.
they're-
It's
My team is
bias.
horrible,
It's bias.
but they're literally the same thing.
I'm just saying, bro.
Bias is your Inter Miami take, bro.
That's not bias. That's facts. Hey, results show. Results talk.
LAFC have gotten a little better since the last monthly power rankings that we did.
I mean,
sure.
they've been getting at least a point in their last couple games.
Yeah, and they've won a couple of those along the way.
Which
Like,
is something
I know for a
Miami
fact.
can't always say.
Yeah.
They did beat Seattle 4-0, but I mean, where do we put Seattle?
No,
I mean-
the version of Seattle's weird.
Honestly, since losing to the Dynamo 1-0, they have gone in quite, and also losing to Inter Miami in the Championship Cup doesn't count. But since then, they've been winning. They beat San Jose. They drew against Portland. They drew against St. Louis. They beat the Dynamo. They got their revenge. They drew against Vancouver. That's a pretty impressive flex now. And they just beat the living shit out of Seattle. So
I think
Fair
they're
enough.
above Miami.
I've heard
St.
enough.
Louis.
I've heard enough,
Trying
bro.
to St.
Thank
Louis,
you.
bro.
life is lifing right now. This is good. We're looking at
Life is lifing right now. I like that out of
The
John. I
fact
like
that
that.
John agreed to move down 3 or 4 teams just
Hey,
so
listen,
Miami
Just to keep
can
the
go down
agenda alive, that's a real one. That's a real one right now, bro.
Hey,
That's a real
hey,
one.
I'll stay top of that list because none of them bum ass teams that are gonna go on that list are gonna be as high as us. So I'll take it.
Fair, first shout. Minnesota coming off of the 2-0 loss on the road to
there.
Houston.
Above LAFC at least.
Yeah, they're at least above.
Yeah,
LAFC.
I would say it felt like a one-off. It felt like Houston just had a good day at home. No respect to Houston.
no,
And I think that I still think Minnesota's a weird team, like we said plenty of times on this, but more often it works out for them. More often than not, they seem like a pretty sound team. I think as a manager, Eric Ramsey's done a pretty good job in his first couple years in the league. And they're collectively good. Like they have a few definitely standout players, but they're collectively good. And at home, bro, they're hard to play against. They are hard to play against. I know Dallas,
especially when
that
we get
game
into
was
the
super
winter
early on
time,
the
bro. That's gonna be. They want that home field. They're gonna want that home field.
Facts, bro. And I mean, look, at the end of the day, like people will say, I think sometimes, like if you look at the stats, like maybe St. Clair is like having a crazy season, like clean sheets so far, and that's what's carrying them in the back line. But I think the back line's also just pretty damn good. So didn't have a good game against Houston on the road, but nonetheless, man, like I still think they're a good team.
I think clean sheets, but while yes, it is necessarily a goalkeeper set, but I think that's a defense. Like the defense takes pride in that.
Yeah, for sure, 100%. Even though a lot of platforms just give give credit to that stat for to the keeper. You know what I mean? Like, oh, that's just a keeper stat. But no, that back line has looked pretty damn good all season so far. So Minnesota United will be a problem for anybody they play against. Firmly, 100%. Cashville, baby.
They're up there too. They're up there too.
Similar
Yeah.
situation.
Give them the credit. Give them their flowers.
Cashville, baby.
Hey, they've been playing.
My
they've been
boy
playing
BJ.
Right there.
nice.
Yeah, it's got him moving, man. Got him moving. It's crazy, man. Like coming in last season did not close the season out after coming in the way he would have wanted to. This season, the team looks revitalized for sure, and they've had some, I don't know, weird results, but in the last month or so, way more good than anything else. Like I think they've won 3 or 4 out of the last 5. So, yeah, bro, I don't really have much else to say. They're just looking impressive so far. Henny Mukhtar must be happy. He must be happy. There's no way he's not, bro. After being frustrated the last couple seasons. All right, man. Yeah, for sure. New England.
They're behind us.
You think so?
Yeah.
They're ahead of you on the table.
Yeah. They're ahead of us. Hold on. Before you bring that up, how many goals have they scored this year?
Hey, how many goals have you guys conceded this year?
Hold
How
on.
many goals have you guys conceded?
Hold on. Pause.
That's a
How
fair
many-
shout, though.
how
That's a
many-
fair shout.
How many goals have they scored this year?
Next
How many
to
goals
none.
have y'all given up though?
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, listen,
And
we
they've
given up
given up next to
23,
none. Their
but we
defense
put
is
up
actually
20.
good, John.
Hey,
Their defense is actually good, bro.
We put up 20. We put
You
up
know,
20.
if we put New England's defense,
Yeah, but we also let
Chicago's-
in 23.
They got a
bro.
+2 aggregate.
Hey,
You
but
guys got a
listen,
-3.
like 3 of those are own goals. Just know that 3 of those are like own goals. All right,
from Chicago,
all right, those don't even count.
but they do. Your defense is
No,
ass.
no. We're not looking. We're not.
yeah,
looking
bro,
at
your
that
defense
stat.
so bad they're
Listen,
scoring on themselves.
Listen. The only reason we're in this category is because Miami's there. All right, we gotta respect that. It's like an X.
Nah, we
extra
can't.
to the end.
They're at least they're not the Galaxy.
No, they're not.
All right, so here's what I'm going to say. I think if you want to compare apples to apples, what you have to look at a recent team that both you guys have played. You guys both drew against Orlando City. The difference is they pumped in 3. You guys couldn't even score.
We also
With
had
10
a red
men.
card. We had a bullshit red card, and we
Yeah,
had 10
but
men.
still, I mean, like,
There's no.
I'm not
but
focusing
still,
so much
our
on your
goalkeeper
side.
got a
I'm
red
focusing more on the fact that like you're making the argument that they can't score goals when the Revs pumped in 3. You know what I mean?
Carlos
they pumped in
Gil
3
is
with an extra
looking pretty
man.
good, man. I gotta say, he might be back. Look to the Carlos Gil that you know before.
I hope
like,
not.
He's
Gil
starting to cook
Hey,
a bit.
pisses me off, bro. Like,
New
Yeah,
England
he's
went
that
to
annoying
Nashville.
Carlos
yeah,
Gil.
just, bro, shut up. Like, I don't care what you have to say, man.
He's not.
Uh,
No, he's not that. No, he's not that. I will never put the Revs above us, and just know that for a fact. That they're gonna say there, all right? Just they're gonna say there.
Yeah.
It's a rivalry. I can't have them. No,
That's the
no,
rivalry?
that's not how it goes. Flip it the other way.
Majority rule.
But the table says differently.
Who
Hey,
votes?
but
Who
flip
votes
the
the
table, it's
Revs?
1 point.
Who votes the Revs? Who votes the Revs above the fire? Raise your hand.
Due to this last month of form, Revs.
Damn,
that's
y'all are
GG's.
crazy. Y'all are crazy. I moved to this category voluntarily, and now you're putting that bum ass team ahead of my. Nah.
First off, I wouldn't say voluntarily. It was a trade. You know what I mean? Like
Everything rolls
you had to give
downhill,
You
something,
didn't,
man.
you didn't have to take the trade.
Yeah, you didn't have to trade.
I think this is good, and I still think that like when do you guys play each other? When do you guys play each other?
We don't. I don't think we play each other for a bit.
Okay, when that game comes, that's gonna be one I pay attention to. But I think that
Let's see.
the Revs are like getting
That
slightly
smells
better.
like a jersey purchase.
I will
Ooh.
never wear a New England Revolution jersey.
Come on,
Oh.
bro. for the channel, for the show.
Nah.
Come on, if you're that confident, your team is that much better. It really shouldn't.
Yeah, I
be
thought
a
New
problem.
England was trash.
Yeah,
That
it
is
really
a
shouldn't be a problem.
rivalry though. That is.
I
that
thought
is
New England was a
different.
bum ass
That's a
team, bro.
rival. It is a bum ass team.
All right, we'll see. We'll have those conversations behind closed doors. NYCFC guys, NYCFC. It's a rough one.
Why do you even play?
Bro? I mean, low key. I don't know,
God,
man.
bro.
After losing to Montreal, which we haven't talked about yet,
To be fair,
drawing to DC United is rough. And like Davi, conveniently, bro, has been gone from the show for two weeks. So I don't know, man.
Oh, and you lose to the Pittsburgh round.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Oh,
Only
yeah,
MLS
yeah,
team
yeah.
knocked out in the last
John
round.
might be
of the
right.
Cup.
John
All
might be
right,
right. John might be right.
they might be. No, they'd be low Houston, bro.
Yeah,
Maybe
maybe.
low
Like this is tough. This is tough.
I mean,
It's like
they've been
somewhere in this
losing in
range.
Yankee Stadium too, man. Not even the
That baseball stadium ain't even
tax
doing
is not
it, yeah.
even helping them. Like, that's crazy. I don't know what they're doing.
They
This-
messed up by letting Santi Rodriguez go. That was their first
Yeah,
mistake.
they look lost.
I mean,
to
money's
me.
money.
They look like
just gotta
they're
go out and
buying
buy.
time
They
until they
should've-
open their new
Should have
stadium.
kept their guy that got him in the playoffs, bro. Should have kept their
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah,
What's crazy is
For
that
real.
am I crazy for wanting to put them ahead of both these motherfuckers right here, bro? I kind of still want to. a little
If you
bit.
guys are going by the table, then of course.
May
Apparently, the
4th they
table
beat
matters, and in this fucking context, not
Hey,
like
no,
not
that's
like
true.
this.
That's true.
I mean,
I think
to be
recent form
fair,
does factor.
New York did beat Philly and Cincy. Those are pretty good.
Yeah,
results.
that's
Can
actually
you say
true,
that
bro.
about like
That's a
Reds,
very valid point.
Chicago, Atlanta? I don't know, not really.
They're just like so up and down, man. Like
Yeah.
like based on that reason alone, like I'm really inclined to put them like on the back end of this if we're like no bullshit, because like there's like they have their ceiling is like keeping up with some of the best teams in the East, but their low point, their floor is pretty bad, bro. It's like you just don't know what you get with this team.
People are talking about us not beating teams, bro. Like we didn't beat Vancouver, bro. I don't know what more you guys want.
Bro, one team, one fucking
On a
team.
rotating-
And,
on a
like,
rotating-
bro, they
I
were
don't
down
know what more
horrendous. They
you
didn't have
guys
white or
want.
gold, and like you're flexing that one result.
Hey, a win is a win against a good team in this league.
can't,
I don't know
man.
why
I
we're
can't.
making these moves.
So what do we make of Nashville beating you 7-2?
Okay,
You got dunked on 7-0, so I don't even know why you're talking.
bro.
I'm just saying.
It's true.
Hey, I know my team shit. They are where they're at.
He's like, you still haven't found out yet. You're still like getting there, bro.
I told you this is what being a Fire fan is. You live in delusion, you know? Like you want to hope that you're good and you're just not, right? Like
That -3 goal differential tells me otherwise, man.
hey, we've scored. I think hold on. We're one of the
20.
yeah, we're up there. I mean, we got the top goal scorer in the league, so
I'm thinking that right there.
Benteke was the
was
top
the
goal
top-
scorer
yeah.
last year.
I'm thinking this right here, guys. I think that's the order. Like that feels right. That feels right. I think I even give Revs more credit because I think you need a good defense to make runs anywhere in this league, to be honest. At the end of the day, to win on the road, to get to playoffs, to make runs in playoffs, you need to be able to keep people out. And I feel like that's what gives the Revs an edge throughout the season over these two.
New York City is missing a few pieces though, too, where Chicago does have the pieces already pretty much.
we just have the I told you what it is. We have the pieces. We just need to find that consistency at home. Surprisingly at home. I don't know what the fuck's going on.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. But either way, I think that's accurate. All right, man. Red Bulls.
Best defense all season.
That's a 7-0.
There is not going to be one single week where we do not reference that. 'cause
I know,
that is
bro.
Such a wild thing to say.
Yeah, I mean, they're pretty average defensively, like realistically, like they're right on par with the rest of the East.
I want to know
honestly.
what's Bob thinking now? Like, the fact that like this has now become a meme of ours.
Actually, there's a good chance Bob might be back on the show next week, so stay tuned to find out. We'll
You ask
definitely.
him about how the best defense is doing.
Best
Yeah,
defense
so
of all
we'll,
time. Hasn't allowed a call all season.
We'll definitely
Not
allow
far
him
out,
to answer for those receipts 100%. But in
I think
terms
they're
of the-
yeah.
Yeah,
They're like the end of Like they're not.
they're very mid, very
very mid right now.
Yeah. Almost.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
table speaking, I guess that's where you put them. I guess.
Would you put them in front of Austin and Dallas?
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
I think I would.
Because
I think
the
I would.
East is a little tougher, maybe.
Yeah, I think I
argue.
would. And actually, bro, I'll be honest.
I mean, they're right behind Charlotte in the
I
table.
would say here. Yeah. And the biggest reason why is just because of, I mean, look, I'm not going to say the 7-0 over the Galaxy is like, oh my God, like it's clear, right? They're so good. I mean, but I think they do keep games decently close, and I don't know, man. They're still tough to play against, even though they're not having the same defensive year they had last season. They're a tough game for most teams. Like,
Can I
you
point
can't
this
argue
out
that.
though?
What?
They lost to the Revs.
Revs are a good team, bro. By that logic, we have to move the Revs up here, no?
Okay, this list is getting out of hand.
We're just going off dumb logic.
Hey,
right now.
hey, going off that logic, DC United got to move them up.
No, we're not doing this. We're not doing this. I watch football with my eyes, guys. I watch football with my eyes. I think, for me, this is accurate. I would say in the West, like what John said, what John Rollins said, the East still seems collectively a little bit stronger than the West. It's not as big. The gap's not as big as it used to be, but still a little bit stronger. And all three of these teams are just super mid right now. Like, that's the only thing that's holding them back, because they're all just super mid. So if I had to bank on someone, I would say they have more X factor. The Red Bulls do right now.
Low key, I think that the three teams down here beat the three teams in the West out there.
Did these three?
Yeah.
I think you're smoking some crazy shit. That's what I think.
No.
That's what I think.
I honestly think that New York City can give Dallas a run for the money.
I think you would make Austin look like a decent offensive team.
That is insane.
Yeah, it's crazy. I think would hang a brace on.
And hold on. This man said that he watches football with his eyes. That is insane.
Bro, I'm telling you, I don't know what it is. You guys can't really stop anybody. Like, you can score goals, but you guys lose games like 3-2, 4-3. Like, it's a weird. The Fire are a weird dynamic. Like,
It's an
entertainment. You never know what you're gonna get.
For that reason, if I'm picking you guys or like the more sound,
Chicago's like a box of chocolates.
if they can stop like some of the playmakers you guys have, I don't know if you guys can stop Vasquez. I don't know if there's anybody on that team who can. Like,
Yeah, we can.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
I think we can. I think we give each of these teams a run for.
And saying NYCFC would beat any of these teams after they proved they couldn't beat Montreal or DC is fucking crazy. I don't know,
Wait,
bro.
hold on. And then didn't we also beat Dallas on the road?
Yeah.
So
A one-off game.
Logic.
When you guys beat Miami, talk to me, bro. Talk to me.
We have.
When you guys beat Miami, talk to me, bro. Talk to me.
We literally have.
This
Miami?
year?
Wait, did we? No, we drew to Miami. No, did we? Or did we?
Yeah,
lose?
you drew.
Yeah, you guys drew.
Yeah, we drew. See,
Yeah. Last time.
Same
Last time
thing.
that's
It's a
1
win.
point, not 3.
It's a win.
1 point, not 3, bro. 1 point, not 3.
2 points less. 1 point.
No.
Same thing.
I'm not hearing that shit. I don't know. I will say we bottled that against you guys, but nonetheless, it's a results-oriented business. You guys got the dub. I still think we're a better team, 100%. Wind FC. Anyway, Orlando City. How we feeling?
Give me top of the playoffs.
Yeah, bro. I think Orlando is starting to look good. They're starting to heat up, man.
Yep.
Playoff merch is getting ready. They're locking it in.
Tell me more, guys.
Yeah, bro.
Tell me more.
think if they keep going, there's gonna be right.
Yeah,
up there.
bro. Let's just keep them on the playoff merch ready.
Hey, listen. I actually
Reality.
I actually
Hector's
really,
like, yo, chill, bro.
I actually really like this Orlando team. And there's something about him. We said the same thing last year, but I think it's really coming to fruition this year. All the players that they had now it feels like it's all coming together. Just about now. It looks nice. Maybe that championship DVD is going to come into effect this year.
Hector,
Maybe Hector was just a year off. Maybe that's
get
what
back on the championship DVD train.
What
Come on,
was
man.
Hector? What's the saying? Never wrong, just early.
Here's the season early.
Just early.
I'm a trendsetter.
I think like the only I'm struggling with is like them or Minnesota. Like
and that's tough.
Minnesota, like both these teams are good. Like it's hard to play against either one of these teams. I just don't know, like if I rate Minnesota's like path to getting to top 3 in the West over Orlando and the teams they have to play in the East. So it's tough, man.
I think for me, I like Minnesota's defense, but I think Orlando gives you a certain balance that I think when you talk about going into it, making a run in the playoffs, that's why you have such confidence in them.
Yeah.
With the championship DVD mentality.
Yeah, I agree. I think if I'm taking these guys, and granted, that's not the point of the tier list, is not to factor in like what these guys will do in the postseason. But if I am thinking about that, I'd probably do back Orlando more than Minnesota. So it makes sense. We'll see what Pareja's got in store for this team as the season progresses, man. I love cheering for Pareja. I miss him at FC Dallas, to be honest, bro. So we'll see what happens with Orlando. Philly making the U-turn. The remontada is in, and they win 3-2 against the Galaxy.
Suck it.
Suck it, losers.
Yeah,
Right there.
yeah, they're a pretty good team, bro. But
They gotta be
fucking feeling it right now.
They gotta be ahead of Columbus. So I mean,
How many goals will Baribo finish with this season?
he's got 10 right now. No, he's got 10.
Yeah, something like that.
I'm gonna say he's gonna stop at 18. I think he's gonna get a nice 18.
18 still be crazy though, to be honest, man.
18's a lot of goals, but
Yeah,
I mean,
18 is a lot of goals.
I feel like he's gonna start slowing down. I don't feel like he can keep this up.
Yeah,
got-
I mean, it's like without Gazdag, it's like he I don't know if he's getting more volume of opportunities, but I feel like he's definitely getting a better chance to shine in the spotlight. Like it's interesting. But yeah, man, he's after a weird little stretch of form where he wasn't really getting much production. Back-to-back games now, looking good, man. And right after that MVP list we just did, if you haven't seen that video, again, go back to the channel and check that one out. Yeah, that was pretty straightforward for me, man. Philly, just as much as I hate it, I don't like Philadelphia Union. They are putting in work right now.
I think
Portland.
Philly ahead of Columbus, though. I'm on that. I agree.
Ooh.
I think right now, just
Right now
They're-
for this month,
right.
Yeah.
Well, no, just at the moment they're ahead of them in the table. They've been on better form more recently. It's tight, but
They're
It's
definitely
close.
scoring. They're definitely scoring more
better.
for sure.
Yeah,
I
Baribo.
would say Columbus.
your
is still
man
figuring
Baribo,
things out.
man, it's got to be up there.
Yeah, bro. I'm telling you, man. I think he's going to be the MVP race the whole way through. I really do. I think, and I'm not saying he'll win it, but I think he'll still be like in that top 5, provided that he can just keep contributing at this rate. So, could be a big season for him. All right, man. Portland.
Playoff merch ready.
Yeah.
low key.
Yeah.
Hey, Phil Neville making a comeback.
No, he's not, bro. It is not because of Phil Neville. It is
No,
not.
but
because-
now we're making a comeback.
I refuse to believe that shit. I do not. think it's gonna
Explain
solve
yourself, Jose. Why don't you like Phil Neville?
bro. Tell me, okay, so take away some of the talents that he's had. And again, I go back to even like his Inter Miami days when he still had some decent talents, right? I just don't think that he's that good of a manager. I really don't. And I sometimes I can't stand this where like it's like when Mascherano got hired. Like some people were skeptical, but they're like, oh man. And I remember the first month of the season, dude, look how much he's rotating. Tata was never doing it this way. He's preserving the old heads. They're gonna be so relevant throughout the season. Look at these guys now, bro. Like, look at these guys now. Like, I just think there's so much PR for big names that come to this league and are either as managers or as players that's undeserved. And that's why I'm like, I'll give credit to the players of Portland 100%. I'm not, I'm kind of a Phil Neville hater, but I'm just not, I'm not going to give him his flowers, bro. Like, do something that we haven't seen in Portland, and I'm down.
What does he have to do for you to give him his flowers?
Probably, in all honesty, bro, get to the postseason and not shit the bed. Like, in all honesty, that's probably
what is not shitting the bed though. Is like,
bro, he got dunked on 5-0 in his own fucking stadium last season in a wild card. Yeah. In his by a team who couldn't play in their own stadium because they had a fucking monster truck rally. Like, bro, like it is crazy levels of embarrassing. And Evander gets a lot of that hate too that I direct towards Neville. But bro, he's got some ballers on his team, and this team should be better than they are. I actually think this is too high. I actually would put them down towards the top maybe of this one, like behind Miami or something. Like Portland to me is not that great.
The Portland hate is insane.
I think personally, bro, Portland, if they didn't have, it's hard to say they didn't have Anthony and they didn't have DaCosta. DaCosta to me is looking pretty good. He's speeding up. Anthony is a baller. I've said that more than a few times, but I feel like he needs some of these guys to get Portland over the line. And I'm telling you, to answer your question, John, it may take until the postseason for me to believe in this guy. Like, I just...
No, I mean, I agree. I have the same feeling about. I don't think he's that good, and I feel like they are on a hot streak, but it could all fall apart as we've seen with Phil Neville time after time. So, yeah, I don't rate him either, and like they are doing well, but I don't think it's gonna last.
I just love the rant and the passion behind the Phil Neville.
Bro, does he remind you of Cherundolo? He reminds me of Cherundolo. I feel like he complains about the refs so much. Everything's a fucking robbery. I'm just like, bro, like just admit it, man. Like maybe you got the tactics slightly wrong. Maybe the players didn't give it their all today for whatever reason.
I'm still taking him.
It's all those Man United players from the 90s, man. They're all just very angry and they're just like scream angry dad, like shouts at cloud.
I'm still taking him.
The class of 92.
I'm still taking him over Jim Curtin. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Look, man, of all, and the other thing too is that Portland's never been a great defensive team. That's just putting the Phil Neville stuff aside. They've never been a great defensive team. And I always just believe that your defense has to be pretty solid to make runs. And bro, I think like in the top 7 or top 8 teams in MLS, like they're one of the worst defensive teams. So it's just like one of those things where I'm not super convinced by this team. I think that they have some good playmakers going forward, but they got to figure out how to be balanced. And in all honesty, bro, that responsibility falls on the manager. So if they can find a way to be a threat on both sides of the pitch, I'll hold my hands up, bro. I'll hold him up and say, Phil Neville, bro, my bad. But until then, nah, man, I'm not buying the hype, man. To me, he's a name that everybody just recognizes.
Clip this. We'll come back to it at the end of the season.
Fair enough. Salt Lake.
Oh.
Dude, actually, man, like it's kind of weird. Like Salt Lake, it's with Luna. It's with Luna. With Luna, they look like, bro. Luna had a banger goal against Dallas. No bullshit. Like it was
because it's Luna.
Yeah, but we're not gonna put him in edge.
But then you go 0-0 against Portland.
Yeah, was that at home? Anybody remember that? I can't remember that.
That was at home.
America First Field.
Yeah, that's at home.
America First Field.
That's the most Salt Lake shit ever. Yeah.
what a name.
To me, they're like here. You know, like to me, like they're kind of a mid team. I know they're not in a great place positionally in the table, but like I think they can be a threat. Like I think Mastroeni has this team set up to play cohesively. They just drop weird.
They're such a weird team, man. Because like you beat San Diego FC one day, down a man, by the way, and then Vancouver's a tough one. But then you draw to like FC Dallas, and then you draw to Portland.
Yeah.
I think
don't
they're
know,
fine.
man.
I think they're fine. I'm not overly excited anymore about Salt Lake like I was last year. Last year when they had that little bit of a run where
Last game they were dogs.
Yeah, they were dogs.
where Chicho was doing good, and then you had Luna fire.
They got dude. As soon as they punished Arango, that's when they got neutered, bro.
Yeah.
When they got neutered.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
I think the end.
They lose to Toronto at home as well too in the season. I'm just like,
it's so John Rollins. I hear you, bro. It's I don't know, man.
No, I mean they're not even in the playoff. I feel like you got to be at least in the playoff position to be in the category.
Yeah, true.
Right?
All right, we'll keep them there. I think they give all of these teams hell, and it just becomes super dicey the higher up you go from here. Like I said, Dallas is undefeated against them. We beat them and drew against them, so home and away. So it's just I don't know, man. It's weird. They're a weird team. We'll see if they add some pieces. I'd be curious to see if they end up trying to backfill some guys. But yeah, man, Luna needs some fucking help. Like at the end of the day, he just needs some help, or he's gonna move on. So San Diego,
sucker losers.
Yeah, bro, they're looking good, man. Looking really good. I won't say anything more, but we honestly during the MVP video, again, check that out. We gave Dryers and that whole team, especially the attack, a lot of love. So if San Diego fans, go check that out, man. You guys are moving, man. I don't know if this is first season. I don't want to say beginner's luck, but first season expansion side, good run of form, like good bounce. But because we've seen it multiple times, most recently with St. Louis. But man, dude, San Diego looks fucking good.
It's only Western Conference teams. Look at everyone out east. Never happens out east. Only in the West.
Yeah, they take a little longer to get going, but once they get going, they're pretty damn good. I would say.
Yeah.
That tends to be the case.
Look at Cincy.
The last time it happened in the East might have been Atlanta.
Yeah, Atlanta would have been.
They were pretty good right away, but I don't know. That's probably the last time it actually happened. The Quakes banger game against Miami last night, bro. Banger. How are we feeling? I
don't know. Are they, because we were talking about the consistency in this category. They're not consistent, but there's games that they just give you.
Yeah, bro.
That are really good, and when
Espinosa steps up, they're fucking good, man.
What if I told you they scored the most goals in the league?
Yeah,
but that's where the inconsistency is coming from, though.
For sure, but that
because they're also giving up 23 goals.
Yeah, but the attack it's got to count for something. If they figure out the defense and they keep scoring as many goals,
they're ahead of Miami.
Fuck yeah, I'm in. I'm totally in for that. I think, in all honesty, bro, if this was somehow, again, I know they're in different conferences, but if somehow they met in a postseason match, whatever, MLS Cup final, whatever, it'd be really hard for me to pick a winner here. It'd be really hard. I think both defenses really aren't that great. Then I ask myself, whose attacking firepower is greater? You can argue the Quakes have more firepower. You really can. You can make that argument, despite the fact that these guys have Messi. So I don't know, man.
There's Messi fans right now just curling in a ball.
Human, hey, going crazy.
It'd be hard for me too, because think about it. It's San Jose, but then it's Inter Miami. Who do I hate more?
I don't know, man. It's like I said, it's just I watched the game last night, man. I feel like when teams do play at their best against Miami, and that's what we always tend to see because they have a target on their back. I get the best version. I could truly analyze what a team looks like. And Quakes, when they're on, they're fucking on, man. Banging shots from distance, creating multiple a high volume opportunities.
Is that the Bruce Arena effect?
It could be. He's also added more than a few key players from his old squad to kind of bolster this one. So it makes sense. It's just that they feel like they're good, bro. They feel like they're good. They got to figure out the defense, but they feel like they're good. I feel that way. So any arguments here?
No.
Are we good?
No.
Let's go, baby. Seattle.
They're just
Yeah. This is a weird year for Seattle, man.
They're up and down. They're just They got 5 wins, 4 draws, 4 losses. It's a very meh.
Yeah.
It's so classic Seattle. Didn't do anything while the Champions League was on, and then now we're suddenly alive and we start to get good and get some wins. It's just every season it's the same thing from them. At the beginning, they struggle, then they figure it out and get up in the playoff positions.
Yeah. Well, they better figure it out sooner than that for the Club World Cup, man. I mean, this is fucking like there's no way you go into that competition playing like this. You can't. You can't, bro. Like I don't care if it's summer or what. Like you're gonna get rocked.
And
like,
my team is still sitting at home for that competition. It's sad.
Bro,
Sad days. We got.
I don't know why.
Was
Was that the expectation? I don't understand.
No, we just got bummy teams in this competition that shouldn't
That's
be there.
crazy. That's
All
crazy. That's a wild take. All right. Well, let's
Bro, they beat Pumas to get there, bro. Like, you understand how dumb that is? They beat Pumas. Like,
but okay, I understand their path. I just don't understand why we're talking about the Fire being in this competition.
No. I'm
I just don't understand like why that's.
Let's talk about Leon, not the Fire.
Oh, Leon. Okay, yeah, that makes more sense. I was super confused, but I was like, what the hell? I was like, the fuck.
I'm still pissed about that final. That's
yeah, but I mean,
Pumas, bro. Fuck.
Yeah, it is what it is, bro. But they're there, and it is what it is. Sporting Kansas City. What, bro? What a comeback against St. Louis, by the way.
Why did we even play though? Come on, that team is awful. No, they're up there. They're there. They're there.
Yeah, I mean, they're top of it. They're definitely the top of it if we're gonna keep them here.
You
I
think
they're on the back end of this. Like that's kind of how I would see it. But
hold on, you think they're better than St. Louis? I know.
They have better X factor than St. Louis, in my opinion.
You think?
Jovic is a better attacker than anyone on that back line. Or anyone, sorry, in that front attacking line. And then both defenses are kind of they're like mid.
So then I guess we'd have to put St. Louis there too, then, just right behind him. Because I think St. Louis is better than Toronto, better than Montreal.
St. Louis hasn't won a game in almost 2 months, bro.
Yeah, but they're still better than that though.
Sorry, man.
They're still better than that.
I'm sorry, bro.
Put Toronto there too. Let's make this quick. Let's make this quick. Put Toronto there. There's like no need to talk about any of these teams.
All right, that's fair. I mean, Toronto's like what? Like they're like. I mean, they're better than Montreal for sure. But at this point, yeah, there's no point talking about it. Let's be honest. I think this is accurate though. St. Louis to me has a lot of potential, but they just can't score a goal to save their lives, and they deserve to be down here at the bottom with the rest of us.
It's gotta be so boring being a St. Louis fan right now. Like
it's tough, bro.
That is like watching
that home is not even a fortress anymore.
Like
it's crazy,
bro. What are let me go back to the stats over here. How many goals do they have this season?
You're talking about
like
St.
3.
Louis?
They have more goals scored than the Galaxy, 11. Who are winless. Like,
wow,
crazy, bro.
11 goals and 18. No wait,
16.
Honda, a minus 21 goal differential, by the way, is crazy work. Like I'm gonna say, it's crazy.
They've led in 31 goals.
But again, MLS Cup last season, so I mean, it's hard for me to feel that bad. Yeah, bro. I don't know, man. St. Louis, bro. Like there was again a lot of hype coming into this season, and they're just falling flat again. Like if Cardinal got let go after last season. This new manager, I don't know what his name is, but you can't be. You have to be filling the hot seat at some point. Like,
they might have to hire me. I might do a better job.
Yeah, this is bad, bro.
Honestly,
I don't know, man. This is not what this fan base signed up for. I'll put it that way. Imagine Marco Royce had made that decision to come over here. Ooh. Shit, Honda might be in dreamland. No bullshit.
And they would have had money to do shit this year. They would have kept Jovic.
Yeah, we would have.
Yeah, probably would have kept Jovic, which would have been crazy. His goal against St. Louis was fucking awesome, by the way. That header was like, damn. I was like, damn, he just dunked on him. And then finally,
at the top,
all the way to
the top,
all the way to
Vancouver.
Let's give them their credit. Let's put the crown on them.
Yeah, bro.
It's been giving them the credit, all right,
bro. That's what I'm saying, man. Like, it's crazy how that's at the beginning of the season. I kind of like shit on them a little bit about their, the ownership group and like the stadium and that being sold. But it's like putting that bureaucracy aside, like, bro, Brian White, even dude without GOLZ. GOLZ has been injured now for how long? 6 weeks. Something like that, 6-7 weeks.
She's been gone for a minute.
Yeah, bro. So like, I don't know, man. Imagine getting him back, adding more firepower. Vitez balling out, Nelson's balling out. I mean, Blackman in the back as a center back is scoring goals. Like this
Berhalter might be on that.
Yeah,
Berhalter might be on the Gold Cup roster.
Yeah, bro. Sebas is out there balling, man. I don't know. It's just it feels like a very complete team. They never seem to freak out if they find themselves in a weird spot. The LAFC game that we just watched kind of just rings true on that front all the way around. Yeah, man. I feel like and that's why I thought Brian White wasn't even going to play. I thought he was injured, but apparently it wasn't that big of a knock, and he came back. So, yeah, man. Should Brian White, before we wrap this tier list up, should he be getting that shout for Gold Cup?
Of course.
Of
I
course.
think that'll hurt their team though, for sure. Throughout the summer months.
Yeah.
I think Whitecaps might be struggling a little bit, but
If they don't, then they're like super legit.
yeah.
What
If
about-
they don't struggle?
Sebastian Berhalter, man. I don't.
Yeah, I think if it's that's
It's
true.
been
So
talked
if
about.
it's two guys out, and somehow they
It
they
is
just get
confirmed
enough
that
results-
Gio Reyna. I think it's confirmed that Gio Reyna is not going to be on this Gold
Oh
Cup
yeah,
roster.
so
Ooh.
Sebas Berhalter could be like
It
that.
is
that
balling
new
out
stuff,
right now. You know.
Yeah. So yeah, man, I think Vancouver.
And I think
is
if it's between Aguiman and Brian White, I mean, everything should tell you Brian White right now. No offense to Aguiman, but he's not at Brian White's hot streak right now.
No, not even close, man, and not even like even recently in the last couple seasons. Like Brian White has been consistently producing for a while now. So, all right, man. I like this list. I think it's fair. I was worried we were going to get many teams in here, but it just took a while to get there.
I moved San Jose up. That's just me though.
What'd you say?
San Jose up, but that's just me though.
Right
I've
here?
moved San Jose and I hate to say this, but Miami. I think.
No. Do not. If you move them up, I'm going back up. If you move them up, I'm going back
I
up.
love
Move
it.
Portland up.
All right, just put that. Put Chicago at the bottom tier. Like that's it.
That
Like,
is
put them at the
insane.
bottom.
Bro, imagine being
I'm not
down in
even
St.
putting
Louis.
them up.
That's fucking crazy.
Hey man, they give up a lot of goals. That's all I'm
Hey,
saying.
but we can put them in the net though. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Not as
Six of
much as
those
you
are own
give
goals.
away.
6 of those are own goals.
Yeah, to say that Chicago's worse than every one of these teams would be kind of crazy, but
I'm just messing.
that'd be kind of crazy. But I do think like the Portland shout is interesting. I don't mind moving them up.
Portland is similar to LAFC. Like that's the
Yeah, I'm not opposed to it. Like, if we're putting the Quakes up there, I think you could definitely move Portland up.
Okay, do that.
For sure. Like right now, I probably trust Portland's. Well, I don't know, bro. Both these teams have good firepower, and their defenses are shaky. So
Yeah,
I'll probably put Quakes like this.
This looks right now. It just looks good. I don't know.
Yeah, it looks a little more symmetrical. Symmetrical.
Something about Miami just being in the fucking middle. I love it. I don't know. it's just perfect.
Yeah, it looks good, man. It looks good. All right, guys. Look at home, man. Let us know what you think. I know. Again, we kind of went back and forth on a lot of these, a lot of debates back and forth. Let us know how you guys feel. If you would move any of these around, I'd love to hear those shouts in the comments down below. But this looks good for our month 4 power rankings. I'm in with this one. This one looks pretty good. So I love to see that the Caps are still finding a way to consistently stay at the top, hang with those big boys over there in the East, and. Yeah, man. We'll see how this all shakes out. But we'll keep this one here. We're going to wrap things up with quick fire predictions. Let's try to keep these really quick fire today if we can, guys. We've been here for a while already. I'll go ahead and kind of tee things up, and then we'll get out of here, all right? So, and again, rivalry week is upon us. So some spicy matchups for this week. Let's dive right in.
Heineken rivalry week.
The free real estate on this show is crazy, bro. Crazy. But anyway, we'll start off with the Great White North. Montreal hosting Toronto, aka the game nobody
Wow, this sucks.
Give me a draw, bro. No one cares. You want question?
How do you both lose? How do they lose both?
Any of you guys watching this?
No.
All right.
Nah.
It's
Move
not
on.
gonna. It's not gonna get featured on MLS 360.
If it does, though, that's when I will watch it. But outside of that, yeah, I don't really care. But maybe Montreal gets their second win.
Kickoff, by the way. It's an early kickoff. 1:30.
Yeah, I definitely not watching that shit.
I got other stuff
It's
to do.
it's the early game, so it's the only one that's gonna be played.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that Apple
That's
TV,
what
that contract's about to.
I want to see those
Cheese,
viewership
my
numbers.
guy.
No snooze fest.
Yeah, give me I say draw, but give me a goal on each side just in case. A little 1-1. I'll take that. It won't be more than one goal on each side though. Everybody good?
I'll
Everybody got
take
their picks in?
Toronto.
Toronto, John, Honda.
Draw.
Yeah, I'm right there with you, bro. All right, Hudson River Derby, NYCFC or Red Bulls.
Give me the best defense.
Best defense of all time.
Best defense so far this year.
I'm
Only
gonna back down.
Only allow one goal all season.
Give me Red Bulls.
I'm right with Honda. I'm gonna go with the Baseball Stadium FC. I'm locked in on NYCFC.
Baseball tax is real.
It's real, bro. It's real.
Baseball tax is real, but I don't know.
Derby.
I think it'll be a decent game too. I think it'll be a decent
Which
game.
baseball stadium are they going to be playing at this time?
I do think it's going to be in the Bronx, but I could be wrong about that. I have to go back and actually look. I just think either way, like, I don't know. I feel like Red Bulls tend to. This is kind of crazy to say, I guess you could say, but based on last season and then maybe the couple season before, Red Bulls tend to show up like when it matters the most, and it tends to not be the first iteration of this derby. So I think NYCFC will win it.
All right, NYCFC.
Bet. The hell is real derby? Probably the game of the week, man. This was going to be good. I think
Columbus.
Yeah, it's at home. I tend to favor at lower.com field. I tend to favor Columbus, but something says to me that like Evander watches this show, and like he's gonna be like, "Fuck that Jose dude," you know. So I don't know why, bro. I'm gonna back Cincy in this one. I'm gonna back Cincy.
Give me Cincy 3-2. I think
It's a good game, bro. That'd be a bang.
Electrifying draw.
Electrifying, bro. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that.
Was that 3-3? 3-3
banger.
or 2-2?
I'm with Honda.
Yeah, I like that. John Rollins, same thing.
Yep. 2-2.
All right, man. Let's see how it goes. Atlanta hosting Philly.
Ugh.
I think it's gonna be a Union.
Philly.
Yeah, it's gonna be
yeah.
Dude, Mercedes-Benz is not a fortress anymore. It's crazy. Like it's just people just walking in for free now. Like it's wild.
I'm sorry, AJ. They're not so hotland no more.
Yeah.
They're not so hotland.
Not so Hotlanta anymore. That's what everybody says down there, you know, apparently from what I've heard. They call them Hotlanta. All right, so everybody's got in the Philly bucket?
Yeah.
All right. Here we go, man. Charlotte hosting Chicago.
Charlotte.
Where are we
Biggest,
at? We're over
biggest
there, right?
rivalry in the sport.
We're over there, right?
In the sport.
You know what? Because we're on the road, we're gonna get a win.
It's not a bad shout, actually.
That's not a bad shout. It's MLS.
Yeah, it's not a bad shout.
Because we've been playing better on the road.
Give
It
me a
is
draw.
turf, though. It is
Give me a
turf.
draw. Give me a draw. I think the bank is still hard to play at.
Give me
But I do think
2-1.
you guys are
2-1.
better on the road.
2-1.
1-0 Charlotte.
Charlotte. I think Charlotte get right game.
Damn, you boys don't believe.
I thought we were cool, man. Honda, what'd you say for this one?
Charlotte.
Charlotte. There we go.
Damn.
Yeah, with chess too. You hear that? That's crazy.
We're gonna have a conversation later.
New England versus San Jose. Ooh, talking about this a
New
little bit
England.
earlier.
The T crate is back.
The T crate
The T crate.
tax is real, lad. It's real, and this arguably is the best defense in MLS. Hosting the best attack, arguably in MLS.
I think New England edge it 1-0 because of San Jose's all effort to make it out midweek.
I think a Bruce Arena revenge game is in
Oh,
store. We're in store for that. I'm going to
elements.
back the Quakes on this one.
best attack is able to overcome best defense. So
And more than a few players who are just playing for the Revs last year on the Quakes now this year. So, yeah, man, revenge game on multiple
mega
levels.
revenge game.
Yep. I think it's in. Honda, John
I
Rollins,
already said New England.
New England.
I think San Jose. Yeah, I think they're gonna steal it.
Damn, after you were standing Carl's heel, that's crazy, bro. It's crazy.
Yeah, man. But San Jose.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. Austin hosting the Whitecaps.
Give me Vancouver, bro.
Oof.
Why is this even a question?
It's at the Q2, so I try to give the benefit of the doubt, but like, bro, it's not
Okay,
even.
what is the Q2 better
Texas
fortune?
Heat.
But how long
Texas
is it?
Heat. That's Texas Heat.
What's bro? It's hot down here. Actually, what's the
What's the weather like? What's the weather like?
It is hot. It is hot. This.
I appreciate that you guys respect the weather now.
Bro. Bro. I will say in Austin, it's gonna be.
Hector, where's the weather map? You gotta put that up.
You're the weatherman. Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what. It's gonna be hotter than Dallas, and Dallas is 91 on Saturday. So
Ooh.
factor that in if you want.
We're not even in peak.
Yeah, bro. July, August is gonna be real.
Oh
It's
my
gonna
God,
be
July's gonna
crazy.
suck.
Anytime y'all want to come out and hang out in the swamp with me, you're welcome.
Hey,
Oh,
that's
man.
swamping. That's
You
swamping.
want the
That's
swamp?
swamping.
I'm
Atlanta
so
is no
excited.
joke.
Bro,
That
I need
humidity,
swamp ass,
no
but
joke.
it's good.
John understands what heat comes in with the humidity.
Yeah.
Jose knows about it.
Deal with that.
It'll
Yeah,
hit you
so
in the
much.
face when you get out of the airport, man. That's the heat we got here.
Yeah. Just walk outside, go take a shower, walk outside, you'll take another shower. That's how it
Yeah,
works.
facts, bro. I can't do
Shade
that.
does nothing. Shade does absolutely nothing in Houston.
Hey, you guys can come to Cali. We got some shade over here. We don't got the humidity, all right?
That's true.
That's true.
That
It's
is
dry
true.
out there.
I do miss the West. I do miss the
Dry.
West Coast every now and then. I'm gonna go Whitecaps. I think it'll be closer though, because I still think Austin's defense is decent. It's just that like I don't see them scoring on this.
Is
on
it like
this
a
Whitecaps
1-0?
team.
I'm thinking a 1-0.
Yeah, a 1-0. I can see a
Yeah.
1-0 Whitecaps win. That makes sense to me.
Vancouver.
Yeah, I'm gonna go
Caps.
Whitecaps. I try to give Austin the benefit of the doubt. I was gonna go draw, but nah.
If we get surprised by Austin,
Them penny stocks are getting traded in real quick. Huh?
I'm telling you, bro, Honda,
Hey.
sell, bro, sell while you can.
4-0, that's when I sell, bro.
4-0.
Did they have a 5-0 drubbing already? Did they already get smacked in the face?
No, but that was
No.
before the.
Oh, that was before the buy or sell category. All right, fair enough. All right, man. Texas Derby time. Hector and I will be together for this one. Dallas versus Houston. You know how I'm rocking, bro. Dallas get the clean sweep on Houston this year. I'm back in 2-1 again. I think it'll be same scoreline.
Draw.
I'm agreeing with Hector here. It's a 1-1 draw.
Smells like a hater in here. That's crazy, bro.
There's no hate. It's equal love to both teams.
Yeah.
He watches.
also
he
gonna
watches the
sit on that
game.
fence and go 1-1 draw.
All right, fair enough.
Jose,
Fair
you're-
enough.
Jose, I think you're gonna be by yourself, bro. It's a 1-1 draw.
Damn, that's fucking crazy, bro. Moose is back for this one, I think. No? All right.
I feel like we need to have a meme of like the scene from Bird Box of just Jose forcing me to watch this game.
Yeah. That's actually hilarious, bro. That's actually hilarious. Yeah, I'll be picking up Hector and we're gonna go watch that game. It'll be a lot of fun, bro. It'll be a lot of fun. All right, man. Minnesota hosting St.
Give
Louis.
me Minnesota.
Minnesota.
Yeah, the Loons,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
I back the Loons at home in this.
They're on
one.
home too, right?
Yeah.
Minnesota.
Yeah.
Minnesota. All right. Cashville hosting DC.
Cashville all day.
Cashville, baby.
Cashville.
Nah, I mean Benteke. Sorry, bro. Is Jeej on this one? Colorado hosting Salt Lake.
Give me
Weird game.
Colorado.
Oh, this is
Weird
an
game.
awkward game.
Salt Lake.
Who's home?
Colorado.
Colorado.
I think
They
Colorado
both
get
kind of
back
play
on track,
altitude,
really.
though, right? So it's
Yeah.
like not
Yeah,
that
they both
big
get
of
that.
a deal.
Yeah.
Like,
This is the altitude derby.
They're away from the USA Stadium, so I'm gonna say Real Salt Lake.
Give me
I-
Colorado.
Yeah, I don't know. Like Luna
What was the
Looks-
stadium
Luna
before
looks good.
called
I don't even
for
know.
Salt Lake?
could not even tell you.
wasn't it Mile High? No, that's
No, that was
No.
Colorado. That was Colorado. And then there's like Dick's Sporting Goods Park or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's what
Um,
that would have been.
I don't know. I don't know what Salt Lake's was, but either way, like I feel like Colorado like is overdue for a win. So that's who I'm backing. All right. Portland hosting Seattle. Cascadia Cup in Portland.
Give me Portland.
Hey,
Yeah,
Portland.
I think Portland probably wins this game.
Portland.
They're at home.
Yeah. If they don't, Neville's a fucking fraud. I'm gonna say that shit right now.
This is the game that determines that.
Isn't
by the
it?
way.
Yeah.
Isn't it crazy though? Like when the season started for Portland, they got freaking shellacked over by Vancouver, and now look where they are.
Yeah, we're all picking them as the favorites in this game, and they should be against this version of Seattle, which is why Neville will be a fraud if he can't get it done at home. All right, I'm saying it right now. San Diego hosting Sporting.
San Diego.
San
come
Diego.
on.
San Diego.
San Diego.
Yeah, I think Drive's gonna have a field day, man.
San Diego.
The battle for Florida.
The El Clasico del
Give me
Sol, baby.
Orlando.
Yeah.
Statement win. 3-1.
Yeah, Orlando.
Statement win. Orlando.
Yeah, I think Miami's in a weird spot mentally. I think this league's fucking with them now, and I think it's like they can't get out of their own way. And I feel like
This might be a loser leaves town if you're Miami.
yeah, bro. I don't know. It's got that vibe. It's got that vibe 100%, bro.
They're
I
the
feel like-
villains, man. And we're gonna come make it even worse.
I'm telling you, man, I could see some shit going down in this one. I feel it. I feel like Orlando's going to be super aggressive, super physical,
Yeah.
and I think it's going to piss off Messi and the boys.
It's-
And might see some
it's-
Remember
chokeholds in
that
this
Leagues Cup game a couple of
one.
years
Bro,
ago?
yes.
It's gonna be
Oh,
like
man.
that one, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Give
think
me
this
those vibes.
this is gonna be the start of the championship DVD right here.
We're bringing it
You
back.
heard it
We're
here.
bringing it
Clip
back.
that.
We're bringing it
Clip
back.
that.
And then finally, to conclude the weekend, El Tráfico. Here we go, man. Galaxy, bring it
This
in.
This
Bring
is
it
the
in,
start
lads.
of
Bring it in.
MLS onside.
Bring it in, man. Bring it in. We got to reel it in. Get the fuck in. I'm telling you, it's happening right here. Galaxy, get the first
Galaxy
dub.
win for the
First
first
dub.
time. 1-0. It's gonna slide. Something's gonna happen.
I say 2-1. I say 2-1.
They said it, not me.
I know Honda wants to go for a draw. Honda's saying a draw because he doesn't want to say his team's going to lose.
Yeah.
1-0. 1-0 Los Angeles Galaxy.
Let's go, man. John Rollins?
Honda, I love you, man, but
Thank you.
LA
Hey,
are looking good
be
again,
safe.
so I think they're gonna win. I'm sorry, I just don't.
And
I
if
love
it
that
backfires on you, it's a
enthusiasm.
win-win. If it backfires on you, it's a win-win. Because either way,
Even then, I don't know, man.
I think if they could
like
score
your
2
team
on the
just
road in
finds a
Philly.
way to lose right now. It's amazing. It is, but I don't know if you can turn it around.
I think the battle for LA, you could throw form out the window. It's like the beauty of a derby. You can like disregard everything that's happened this season and like just focus on this game. And if you could pump 2 in on Philly on the road, I think in a battle for your home city, you can get the job done. I truly believe that. And I think LAFC will get a lot of opportunities, but for some reason they'll just not capitalize. I think they'll get a goal.
Has Peck and Paint so back, and if Marco Royce does what he did last game, then there could be a game. But it's our defense, man. It's just horrible. 31 goals in.
Give me a Galaxy goal in the first 15, 20 minutes, and anything's possible, bro. Anything's possible. We'll see what happens. But yeah, man, that is it. And that's Sunday night soccer, right? That's like the Sunday night primetime game?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. It's going to be a banger. It's going to be a banger.
Primetime game.
Yeah, man. But guys, look, we've been here for 90 minutes, a full match here on Wake Up MLS. If you enjoyed it, man, do me a favor. Like the video down below. Subscribe to GOLZ TV. More weekly MLS content on the way. We're going to mix some things up in an interesting way here pretty soon, too, with the video. So, again, chime in, sound off down below. Let us know how you feel about the tier list, about the predictions. We'll take all of it. And, guys, again, man, I'll say it before, as I said before, if you want to compete against us for these predictions, I think next week will be more of a traditional preview and predictions type of episode. I'm going to bring more creators on board. We want to incorporate the fans at some point. Let us know, man. Again, we'll do it by popular demand. If nobody says shit, I'm not going to worry about it at the end of the day. So, yeah, man, that is it for tonight's show. We appreciate you guys. Show us all the love down below. Again, keep tuning in to Wake Up MLS. Keep supporting us. We appreciate it. From everybody here on Wake Up MLS and GOLZ TV, my name is Jose. That's John. That's the other John. That's Hector. That's Honda. Catch you guys next time.